This video app review is brought to you by the iPhone appreview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhone appreview.com. Today we're slinging out yet another video review, this time taking a look at an application called Phone Flick, which is on my dashboard ready to go. This is the light edition of the app, but it is identical to the paid edition, save a single game mode, which we'll talk about, and we'll be able to give you a very in-depth look at what exactly this app has to offer, so don't feel like you're missing out. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and boot this up and get straight into it. Here is the main menu, which is a nice little gorgeous piece of design work, if we have to say so ourselves. And obviously this little button that says get the full version will not be there in the full version, obviously, since you would already have it. Likewise, you can also connect to Twitter and Facebook if you would like to do that. We're going to go ahead and take a peek at the settings very quickly. You can change the language to a bunch of different things. So for instance, there's the Netherlands, German, English, and so on and so forth. So, that is as it is. We're going to go ahead and turn the sound off and then turn this back up, I suppose. Not that that really matters, but also if you want to check out more about PhotoFlick or the developer, you can, of course, hit About to get more information. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the gameplay itself. So, I'm going to go back here and hit play. And like I said, this is identical to the paid edition of the application, minus it doesn't have the shuffle game mode. So all we have is the classic, but we tended to play the classic anyway, and I can very well explain the shuffle here in just a second. So if you like the look of the light edition, go ahead and play around with it, and then if you think shuffle will be worth getting, then go ahead and do it. The app only costs $1 in the App Store, so it's a tremendous bargain for that. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and find... Basically, let's pick a category. I haven't yet explained what this actually is because there's a good reason for that. I'll show you. It's the same kind of basic game mechanic that we've seen in a lot of other places, especially over the years. And of course, this is a nice little ad for the full version that will not be here in the full edition. So here's the basic game mechanic. This is a flip to memorize style photo game, which if you've ever played one of these before, which we're guessing you have, then you know exactly what's going on. I hit this button, it shows me all of the various pictures, and I have to try to remember them as best as I can. And do this quickly, too, to hopefully get lots of bonus points, which I'm not doing so great at the moment. That is how this works. That's the basic game mechanic. And like we said, it's fairly classic, and I can now focus. So it's basic memorization games. We love memorization games here at the iPhoneAppReview.com. We love any kind of puzzle game, especially ones that make us memorize things and test what we can actually accomplish with our brains if we stop and think about it for a second. We like this app for a number of reasons. First of all, it comes with multiple levels and incentives to do better at it. So it's got a lot of arcade potential in the sense that let's say you want to play these over and over again, then your incentive to do so is to get a better high score, to do it perfectly, to do it, you know, in a number of different ways so that you actually succeed. Likewise, you also have this timer bar along the side here that makes sure that you do it quickly. If you run out of time, obviously it's a game over. So with all of that in mind, you know, it is a basic kind of game mechanic, but it's got all kinds of reasons and modifications to make it more entertaining. So I'm going to try to do this again and then see how we do. Not so great, not so great. I promise I'm better at this than normal. When I'm not trying to do a video review at the same time, I promise. Okay, there we go. So I didn't do that too fantastically. But again, I could go back later and give that another go. So we're going to go ahead and hit stop and go back to the main menu so I can give you a final wrap up here. And again, this does come with Game Center integration, as well as Twitter and Facebook scores. So you can go in and... tweet to your friends about how high your score is or whatever you would like to gloat about there. So back to the menu really quickly. And as I said, this game does come also in the full edition, which is the one that we got to play around with. It does come with another game mode, which is called Shuffle. Now, the shuffle is the same idea, except for the first few levels, it is exactly the classic gameplay. And then after a while, it starts shuffling a certain amount of cards. So you have so many cards to think about as they're shuffled, to try to remember, etc., etc. And it's a very nice twist on an old mechanic, which gives you even more reason to continue to play Photo Flick, which is something that we worry about with arcade games. As far as replayability, you have lots of that here. The classic alone can keep you occupied for an entire commute for months. And then with the shuffle added in, it's just yet another flavor to play around with. We still sort of like the classic anyway. And as you noticed, we really like the design of the game board itself is something that we really enjoyed. We think it's very professional, and we think it's spot on for what it should be. So with all of that in mind, especially the 99-cent price for the full edition of this application, which of course this one is free, so you can try it out for free, but with the full edition it is 99 cents, only $1 in the App Store. And with all of the design and game elements that we've mentioned so far, we are going to give PhotoFlick a solid 4 out of 5 star rating. From us here at the iPhoneAppReview.com. We think it's a great little arcade addition to the iPhone platform, and we also think that if you're into this kind of game, the memorization / puzzle game for the iPhone, it's a great, a great app to tide over your interest with. So again, it's a 4 out of 5 star rating for PhotoFlick, which is available for 99 cents in the App Store, and that's all we have to say about it to this point. I'm going to go ahead and sign out, but we'll see you guys later. Bye.